Good evening, everyone. Welcome to At Lafayette Live here on Monday, September 9th, 2024. I hope everybody's week is off to a great start here on another Monday afternoon. I was about to say morning. It's evening. It's not even morning anymore. Wow. Having a day, I guess. Thanks for joining us. As you join in, let us know in the chat where you're watching from. I always love to hear where our audience is from. We got some watchers who have been with us for a long time. I know we've got some people here in Lafayette and West Lafayette and the Tippecanoe County area. We regularly hear from some people from Texas and California. So where are you guys from this evening? I'd love to hear that. How's your week going so far? I know mine's been absolutely crazy. It was one of those Mondays where I felt like I've done all the work. I've been working all day long, and I feel at the end of the day I didn't accomplish anything. The pile just did not get shorter. You guys ever have one of those Mondays? Well, I did, so I hope yours was better than mine. Mine was not bad. For as productive as it was, it just didn't feel very satisfying at the end of the day. But, I guess that's a sign of good things. There's plenty of work to be done, and I just got to do that work, and I'll keep at it. So, all right, well, people are getting loaded here in here to the chat. Glad to see that you are all here, and thanks for joining us here on At Lafayette Live. So, let's get into it. So, what's going on here around the Lafayette area? Before we get into what's going on around the Lafayette area, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Check out our library of more than 160 videos, tons of shorts, archives of our live streams, all sorts of fun things going on around here in the Greater Lafayette area, interesting real estate tours, fun homes for sale, cool restaurants. But check it out and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. So let's get back to it now. Or let's get into it, rather. So, first off, for those of you Purdue fans, and chances are if you're watching this, you may not be a Purdue fan, but you probably know something about Purdue University. It's kind of hard not to in the Lafayette area. The Purdue Memorial Union is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. Its 100th birthday. It opened in it didn't open. It opened in 1924, 100 years ago. Back in 1912, the seniors started a gift fund to get the union kicked off, but it was interrupted by, everybody, World War I. So shortly after the war, they went back to fundraising, and in 1920 started another campaign and got the money together and built the union. It started being built in 1922, and there's a time capsule in there, and they're going to present the documents that are in that time capsule on the anniversary, on the actual event and celebration of the 100th anniversary on September 17th. So if you're interested in history, especially local history and Purdue history, and what could be in a time capsule for 100 years, from 100 years ago, you should go check this event out over the Purdue Memorial Union. And they're going to put another time capsule in so that 100 years from now, people will be able to look back at where we're at right now. It officially opened on September 9th, so we're broadcasting live on the 100th birthday of the Purdue Memorial Union. Of course, it's changed a lot over the years. There are all new restaurants. And we just talked about last week down on the ground floor, and all sorts of other changes have occurred over the years. The hotel was built. The ballrooms were added on. But there are a lot of events going on. There's a birthday bash this coming Thursday. If you want to go check out a concert on the street, out on State Street on Daniels Boulevard, out in front of the Union, this Thursday at 7 p.m., I believe, all evening long. And as well, there's going to be a birthday bash going on the lawn throughout the afternoon. So if you're a Purdue aficionado, if you're here in town in West Lafayette, and if you're looking for something to do on Thursday, go check out the 100th anniversary of the Purdue Memorial Union. I mean, here in America, we don't have a lot of things that are really old. You go over to Europe, and you have buildings that are centuries and centuries old. So 100 years is quite old for us around here. So go check that out. That's really something to celebrate. I think that's really cool. And don't forget, I'm Jeff Gucci, your local Lafayette real estate resource of choice, and I would love to help you find home here in the Lafayette area. Hit my contact information below. Send me a text or a phone call if you're looking for home. Also, you can scan the QR code right here and get all my phone information, all my contact information digitally loaded into your phones. So, moving on. We love Prophetstown State Park here in our house. We don't live too far from it. It's about a 5-minute drive to the front gates of Prophetstown State Park, and it's the newest state park in Indiana. And they've received a grant, I believe, from the Lilly Endowment for $25 million. So they're going to be able to put this money to work. They haven't put timelines on it, but they're going to get to work, I believe, pretty much right away on some projects that have been on the drawing board for this state park, and this money is going to really infuse those projects and get them going. They're going to be doing a number of things that I think are super cool. So they've announced that they're going to add more than 120 full-service campsites to the campground. That's going to be $15 million. Now, I know that one of the requests that I see quite a lot, and as a camper, as a Cub Scout leader myself, I'd appreciate this. Their campground is very much set up for RVs, for campers. You know, they've got the electricity and the water and the pads, which means if you're camping in a tent, it's loud. So hopefully they'll put in some campsites that aren't just for campers, but that's going in for $15 million, 120 full-service campsites. They're putting $8 million towards the Prophetstown Heritage Area, and they're going to develop facilities to help interpret the Native American presence in the area and the park's natural resources. And if you know anything about Prophetstown State Park, it's there because of the Native American presence that has historically been here. They're going to add some hiking trails for $1 million. And then, which I think is cool, the hiking trails out there are really, really quite nice. And if you're looking to put some distance under you, if you're working up to longer hikes, if you just want to get some exercise, if you're a runner and you're working on your distance work, it's actually a really, really great place to hike, to walk, to run, to jog. They've got paved trails that go through quite a bit of the park, and even the areas that aren't paved are nice and flat, and it's not like off-road running. It's manicured trail running. It's quite nice. And then they're going to put $1 million towards aquatic center restoration and enhancement. And they haven't quite explained what this means yet, but as the parent of boys who loves the water park there, I really want to know more about this one. They're going to restore and enhance water features. Out there at the water park, they currently have 2 water slides, a lazy river, action river, I guess is the more appropriate word. They have a splash pad area for the kids, and then like a sports pool area. So it sounds like they're perhaps just going to work on some of what's there as opposed to bring in something new, but they could use a little more, but we really like what's there. So this $25 million gift of the Lilly Endowment is going to really, really help that park out a lot. And they're talking a lot about expansion, and this won't be part of that gift, but eventually the state park will purchase property and stretch all the way over to I-65, which it currently doesn't, and it's going to add acreage. But if you've never been there, you should go check it out. It's a really, really fun place right close to town. It's 10 minutes from Lafayette, not even. Now, would you take a moment and hit the like and subscribe button? If you're tuning into @Lafayette Live, go check out our library of more than 160 videos about real estate, about home here in the Lafayette area, about the best restaurants, about fun things to do. But hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out with YouTube and brings new viewers like you to the channel. Next up, I can't believe this. I really can't believe this. Oh, wrong button. But that's it. Go check out the LafayetteReal.com while we're at it. This is the home of all of my stuff about the Lafayette area. If we've talked about it here, it's there. We've got neighborhoods, neighborhood tours, all sorts of great stuff. But I hit the wrong button. Let's hit the right button. There we go. I can't believe it. It is September 9th, and we're going to talk about Halloween. But I'm okay with that. I love Halloween. My boys love costumes and dressing up. So I am perfectly fine with talking about the holidays and Halloween. I don't begrudge anybody their joy when it comes to skipping ahead to their favorite holiday, whether it's Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas, whatever it might be. But back to Prophetstown State Park we go. They do this really cool thing every year. They have an annual Trail of Scarecrows, and out there on the walking trails, they invite community groups to do a scarecrow, and they have all sorts of cool themed scarecrows out there every year. You know, each group puts one together. I'm looking at a picture. It's not a great picture, so I'm not going to put it, but somebody did a Where's Waldo last year. Our homeschool group did a classroom setup one. There's, you know, typically, I bet there's a skeleton, all sorts of fun scarecrows out there on the trails at Prophetstown. So the trail is lined with scarecrows from October 1st to November 1st, and the public gets to vote for their favorite by donating $1. So if you're interested in putting up a scarecrow out there at Prophetstown, give them a call. Oh, click here to register. Go to... We'll put the link down in the comments below so that you can check this out. But if you go to the Prophetstown State Park website, you'll see it. So don't forget, I'm Geoff Gooch, your local Lafayette realtor with the Russell Company powered by App Properties. And if you love home here in the Lafayette and West Lafayette area, whether you live here or you're moving here, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Please reach out to me. Send me a text or an email. My contact information is right here, or scan the QR code. Next up, some sad news / some happy news. We've torn down a building. A building has been torn down in Lafayette to make way for new development. The City of Lafayette and the John Purdue Block Partners approved a project worth almost $57 million that's going to be built on the corner of 2nd and Columbia Streets. However, the old Dunn and Hargett building there had to be torn down to make way for this development. And I think for me, this falls under the category of you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. It's a tough thing. You know, we just talked about the 100th anniversary of the Purdue Memorial Union. Our history doesn't stretch back in architecture here in America quite so far as other countries around the world. And we're not going to have those old buildings if we keep tearing them down. However, sometimes progress does require removing something that just doesn't work for the community anymore. So this building was torn down, and they're going to be putting up a new building and then renovating the building next to it. The address is going to be 14 North 2nd Street. It's going to be a 6-story building with 147 rental units, 20% of which are going to be studios, 60% one-bedrooms, 20% two-bedrooms. They're going to have some commercial and retail space down on the ground floor. There's going to be a parking garage with 157 spaces, and then a 5,600 square foot amenity deck with a pool. So, you know, this is downtown living. This is all the rage right now. The downtown Lafayette area is really going through a renaissance, really an extended renaissance that's stretching more than 20 and into 30 years now, and development continues to come along, and it's really thriving down there. So that's really a great thing. It is sad to see a building that stretches back to the early parts of the 20th century go away, but as somebody who is in the industry, who knows a bit about development and buildings and building business and bringing business in. Unfortunately, sometimes the numbers just don't work with an older building as much as we might want to save them. So this particular one is making way for the future. They are going to renovate the building next door, and it's going to hopefully bring even more life to the downtown area. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom. Helps us out with YouTube. Go check out our library of more than 160 videos here on Geoff Gooch Realty. I think it's Geoff Gooch Realty. Geoff Gooch Realtor. I should check out the name of my channel. Okay. Next in news, what's good going on around Lafayette? Because that's what I like to talk about, is what's good going on around Lafayette. Not the bad news. There are lots of places to get that. I want to talk about the highlights of the exciting stuff going on in the community, how things are getting better, because they are getting better. I truly and really believe that. For all the negative news that you can go read about any sort of crime or anything like that, for every one of those, there's 100 good things going on. And that's what we're here to talk about. And that's what I love to talk about. So we spent a lot of time talking about Lafayette and West Lafayette, but we don't quite have the language to talk about it. I say the Greater Lafayette area. That kind of encompasses all of Tippecanoe County. Sometimes I say Tippecanoe County. I've used the words like the ring counties. Nobody else really uses that word. We don't really have great language to talk about who we are geographically. West Central Indiana is sometimes thrown around, but I don't think that's exactly right. But we do cast a wider net, and this falls into that category. We're going to talk about Attica. So Attica is a town just a little to the southwest of us here in Lafayette, and they've received a grant to expand their fire station. So Attica has a volunteer fire department, and as you might or might not know, a lot of Indiana relies on volunteer firefighters, and we thank them for their service. But they've been awarded a grant of $500,000 from the Office of Community and Rural Affairs from the federal government. And so they're going to get to expand their fire station, including the addition of a new truck base. So that's good news for Attica. And if you're looking for home in Attica or anywhere else here in the West Central Indiana area, please reach out to me. I helped some clients out in Attica not too long ago, just about a month or so ago now. So if you're watching, guys, hi, how's it going? How are you enjoying Attica? All right, moving on again. Okay, so that wraps up the good news part of the day. No, we're not moving on to the bad news part of the day. Today, we're going to look at 3 homes within walking distance of Purdue University. 3 homes within walking distance of Purdue University. Before we get to these homes, though, I think that we need to talk a little about putting in context what walking distance to Purdue University really means. So I'm going to bring up a map, and we're going to look at a little bit of distance measurement before we do look at the homes. All right, let's have a look at this. So I'm looking at the map view of Purdue University. This is, you can see Purdue University right here in the middle of the screen. I'm going to put it right here in the middle. State Street bisects Purdue University. Largely, historically, the ag campus has kind of been here on the south side, and the engineering campus has been here on the north side. You'll see Elliott Hall of Music is right here. This is and the Hovde Hall of Administration is there as well. I'm going to go into the satellite view so we can see that a little more. Is right there. The Neil Armstrong Hall of Engineering is this building right here. So this is up on the northeast corner of campus. If we scroll up a little bit, we'll see Mackey Arena and Ross-Ade Stadium up on the north side of campus next to the Burke Boilermaker Golf Complex. And then down here on the southwest corner, just to anchor us a little bit, we have the Purdue University Airport. So what does walking distance to Purdue University really mean? It is a large campus. Let's use the handy-dandy measurement tool here on Google Maps. And I'm going to go measure distance. I'm going to start at the west end of campus, and I'm going to come all the way over to the east end of campus over here at Grant Street. And we get a distance of 1.4 miles. And that's from, like I said, Grant Street over to Provenance. Let's shorten that up a little bit. So the last dorm is kind of right here on McCutcheon Drive. So we're going from the furthest dorm on the west side, and it's just under a mile, 5,200 feet. Now let's measure it north to south or south to north. We'll come down here to Harrison Street, and we're just going to go in a straight line. So this is, of course, as the crow flies. But from Harrison Street, which is down where all the vet med buildings are, up to the practice field just north of Ross-Ade Stadium, 1.13 miles. So roughly a mile by a mile. So what is walking distance to Purdue University? Well, that really kind of depends. Are you an engineering student that has all of your classes in this quadrant of the campus? Are you in Armstrong quite a lot? Are you in MSEE? Then walking distance is going to be over here to the northeast side of campus. Are you a vet med student? Are you down here on the south side of campus quite a lot? Then walking distance maybe doesn't exist for you. The dorms, keep in mind, are in the section just to the west of campus, and Windsor is the closest, but McCutcheon is the furthest. So even as a dorm, let's move our measuring tool over here. We're going to come over here from McCutcheon. Let's go McCutcheon to Armstrong. About 80% of a mile, just under 4,000 feet straight, in a straight walk. Of course, you can't walk straight. So that's quite a ways, right? So if you're down here on the south end of campus, if you're a vet med student and you're living in the dorms, it's a mile. It's just under a mile. There is some new housing down here on the southwest side of campus, but in the satellite view, you can see how little is. There's a little more there now than what this satellite shows. This is a brand new development that we'll talk about here in a few minutes, but there is not a whole lot that is truly walking distance to campus. It is the traditional neighborhoods here to the north and northeast of campus, and you pretty quickly get far away. So I just wanted to put that in context a bit for what walking distance to campus really means. And my switcher has frozen. Oh joy. All right. So let's look at some of those homes. I'm going to bring my switcher back up. Okay, now we're working again. Okay. So let's look. I picked out 3 homes for us to look at. And I have started with 146 Parkerwood Lane. This is a townhouse in that new development that I was talking about called Provenance. Now, this is a brand new development that's still being built out. It has single-family homes and townhomes. This was a section of the campus that they peeled off just a couple of years ago to encourage some development, some housing development on this side of campus. And I'm going to bring up the map and show you exactly where that is. So let's take a look. Here we go. You'll see that it actually puts it in, the map hasn't been updated. It actually puts it in the old intramural playing fields here. Isn't that funny? Let's go to the satellite view. And you can see that the playing fields are gone. There we are there. So there's the airport. Here's campus over here. All right. What do you think a townhouse that close to campus in a new development costs? Anybody in the chat want to throw that in? If you're watching after this has been recorded, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. It is a 1,852 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse. Brand new. Are you ready? $542,500. You were all low. $300,000. Yeah, a townhouse. This is a townhouse that we're talking about here. But it's walking distance to Purdue University. So let's go on a little tour of it. Let's check it out. And we'll see. Brand new. Two-car garage. That's a nice feature. Not all townhouses have garages. This one does. Believe me, a nice feature in the winter so you don't have to go out and scrape off your car. And that's all the pictures you get right now. It is still being built. It is that new. So what do you think of that one? I mean, townhouse, brand new, walkable to Purdue University, $542,000. Worth the money? For you, maybe Maybe not. Here's the description. Welcome home to this amazing 2-story craftsman-style townhome with custom features you expect. 10-foot ceilings, open floor plan, primary bedroom on the main level, custom cabinetry in the kitchen with stone counters, full suite of stainless appliances, laundry on the main level, covered outdoor living space, spacious 2-car attached rear entry garage, an upstairs loft, 2 bedrooms and a shared bath with walk-in closets in every bedroom. Completion on this unit was finished about a month ago, so it's ready to go now. So again, we get this request quite a lot from people. I want to be close to Purdue University. Purdue University is a big place that didn't have that concept built in. There is no real neighborhoods in the middle of it. It's this big monolithic campus that happens to have some frats and apartment buildings in the middle, but there's no single family residences in the middle. So let's go to number 2. Number 2 for today, 1600 Northwestern Avenue. Now, Northwestern Avenue should ring some bells for you. It is that main diagonal north-south, northwest, southeast street that runs through campus that Mackey Arena is on. Let's take a look at its map so we can put it a little bit in perspective here. So here we go. Here's Northwestern Avenue. We can see Cherry Lane right here. This is the edge of campus. I'm going to turn on the satellite view. There's the golf course. There's that practice field we were talking about down here. So it's just a little north of campus. So it's really, really handy if you're walking into the engineering campus, if you're going to the Neil Armstrong Hall of Engineering or any of the other engineering buildings here. If you're an ag student, if you're a vet med student and you're going all the way down to the south side of campus, this may not be as convenient for you. Let's read a little bit more about it. So this one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It has 2,616 square feet. It is not brand new. It is the opposite of brand new. It was built in 1920, so it's 104 years old. Let's check it out. What do you guys think that this one's going to go for? The townhouse was $550, $560. Goodness, I've forgotten already. It was north of 5. This is a single family home that's 104 years old. Less? More? Let's take a look. I'll hit the right button eventually. There we go. There we go. There's the 2-car garage. I'll give you the price afterwards. I see a 500. I see a 700, 400. We're kind of all over the map on this one. This one actually sits on Northwestern. Northwestern is actually a fairly busy street. Take that for what it's worth. But you can see it's been beautifully renovated on the inside. Has the, not sure if that's hardwood or vinyl floors, but either way, new floors, lovely new paint job. And it's not gray. Thank you for not painting it gray. As a real estate broker, I'm so tired of seeing fix and flips that just have gray walls. I understand they sell. I know why people do it. I'm so tired of gray. A little bit of some green going on there. I love it. In the dining room. The kitchen's a little compact, a little tight in this one. Again, the house was built in 1920. That explains that. The fridge is a little bit wedged in there. But again, a house from 1920. Electric, not gas. Living room with a fireplace. It looks like it's a wood-burning fireplace. I didn't check that detail out. Pretty sure that's a wood fireplace. Whether it's usable or not, I'm not sure. Main floor living room. And it does have the Berber carpet. This is the sunken den off the back, I do believe. Yep, with the walkout doors. Are you still confident in your price guesses now that you've seen a few pictures? Anybody care to revise their guess? Bathrooms are always a great location for people that have upgraded their homes because it is such a small contained space. You don't have lots and lots of square footage, So, you're talking sometimes only 30 square feet of floor that you have to work on. Yes, you have to put in a shower and a tub and a sink and a toilet, but it's just such a compact area that a relative small amount of money really goes a long way. So it doesn't surprise me to see this great looking shower in this home. $899. We're going up. Oh, somebody else says $950. Temper it, guys. Down, down, down. It's not as much as you think. You'll notice that this bedroom doesn't have a closet. It's got a tension rod. Again, home built in 1920. Washer dryer. Bedroom or office at the top of the stairs. Long and narrow. Again, 1920. I think this is another renovated bathroom. Again, it's easy to make a little bit of money go a long way. So that is 1600 Northwestern Avenue. The price, $464.9. That's really not a bad price for its location and its current state. It's been renovated. Yes, the rooms might be a little small. The kitchen might be a little wedged in, feeling because the house was built in 1920. But I tell you, compared to some homes that are in West Lafayette, it's really in great shape. And $464.9 is a really, really great price on it. So if you're looking for something in West Lafayette that's walkable to Purdue University, that's in the West Lafayette School Corporation, there's really no reason not to jump on this one. Give me a call, 765-413-6190. Let's go look at it. I'd love to come look with you. Somebody says they would pick that over the townhouse all day long, or any day, sorry, any day. Yeah, I agree. Townhouse living isn't for me, though. It might work for some people, but I would rather pay $464 and have a standalone than pay north of $5 and share a wall with somebody. Number 3 that we're going to look at tonight, this one's stretching the concept of walkability a little bit. This is 320 DeHart Street. It is 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths. It is 1,500 above ground square feet, 874 below ground finished square feet, with another 1,000 not, or with another 200 not finished, for a total of 2,400 square feet. And it was built in 1979. So this one is only 40, about 45 years old. But this one is definitely stretching the definition of walkable. I'm going to bring this up in a Google map by itself here before we jump in. So here it is, 320 DeHart Street. It's over here on River Road, the corner of River and DeHart. If you've ever come to Purdue University, getting off on 43 and coming down River Road, I guarantee you've seen this house. I'm going to ask it for directions to Neil Armstrong Hall of Engineering. That's driving directions. I want to go to walking directions. 20 minutes, 0.9 miles. It's a mile. A mile is not really that far, I think a lot of people would say, especially like a lot of urban dwellers. If you're from Chicago or New York, walking a mile is probably not that much, not that bad. It is at the bottom of a hill. And in winter, it's not going to be the most fun walk in the world. It's definitely bikeable. But again, a mile is just that little bit of a stretch here. And it's really going to take the mindset to be willing to walk that mile. Definitely doable. Just for one other comparison, I'm going to go to West Lafayette High School. West Lafayette Junior Senior High School. Because a lot of people want to live close to the school so their kids can walk or bike to school like I got to when I was a kid. It's 16 minutes or 0.8 miles. So again, it's not next door. It's not on the same block. That's definitely a little bit of a stretch for walkability or bikeability to school. So that's why I say it's a little bit of a stretch, but it's one of the very, very few homes that are available. The ones that were in Provenance, there are only, I think, two townhouses currently available and no single families available. Over here on the northeast side of campus, there are only three or four total homes. We're looking at two of them. One of them we're not looking at because it's actually contingent and they're accepting backup offers. So it's for sale, not for sale at the same time. So there's just not a lot available, and this is the reality of the situation. These are high demand areas. So let's check it out. Let's go on a little tour, but just as a reminder, it is 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,400 total square feet. I really love the style of this one. So let's look at the first picture. This really works for me. It may not work for you, but take a look. And then what do you think this one costs? Higher? Lower than the others? We're around $450. We've been around $550. Is this one more or less? What do you think? I love the kind of lodgy nature feel with this. We have the stonework here. We have the A-frame feel up top. The giant deck for outside entertaining is just absolutely beautiful. This is really, really something that I would enjoy. Just another angled view there. We've got a built-in gazebo. Moving inside, look at that updated kitchen. It's got the sink in the island. I think that's gas. Maybe we'll get another view of it here in a second. With easy access out to the deck, because if you got a deck like that, you're going to want to eat out on the deck like that, right? Reverse shot looking back through those windows. Now, the one thing that I'll say, and this is mostly a joke, but man, I would want to clean those windows. I would love to live here. I would not love to clean those windows, but maybe you can pay somebody to clean the windows for you. That view, you're actually looking out over the apartments that are across the street to the river. So you're kind of high enough that you can see the river. It's a nature-ish view. The exposed beams, the fireplace there with the stonework, absolutely beautiful. I think this is my favorite of what we've looked at so far, just because it's to my taste. Not saying it's better or worse than the others. The one on Provenance, of course, brand new. The one up on north side of campus, nice because it's got that charm from 1920. This is nice because it's got the touches of outside on the inside. Just really, really kind of works for me. Yeah, this living room is stunning. Absolutely love it. But let's get past the living room. Oh no, it is looks like it is a glass top on the stove. So it's not gas. There are a lot of pictures of the kitchen. I'm going to zip through these so we can look at something else. Here we go, moving on to a bedroom. Not sure if this is the primary or not. I think it is, but we'll find out. It's a minor thing, but I don't particularly love the mounting of that TV in the bedroom, but I'm not a big fan of TVs in the bedroom anyway. But, to each their own. That's easily fixable. Look at that shower. You could get an elephant in the shower. That thing is humongous. I love the tile work, but man, it's huge. It's got the half glass partition in it. Okay, a little more reasonable size shower in the secondary bathroom here. But I do like the tile work, and I like the inset shelf. Never enough storage in a shower in our house. Another bedroom. Of course, in any home, but especially a home like this, the living room is just going to take the cake. It's hard to compare, a bedroom to that beautiful living room. Exposed beams in a den. This is really nice. So you have your big communal living area upstairs in the great room with the kitchen attached, and then you can come here for a little more privacy for a movie night. I love those chairs and recliners. I know they're not part of the house, but I do like them. Again, with access to the deck. and a game table. I'm going to call that a game table. In our family, we'd be playing games at that table. I love the theme running throughout the house. We have the exposed beams really tying the rooms together. Another full bath, this one with a tile shower, slate. And then we're back to looking outside. Look at all that living space outside. And you've got the fire pit. You've got a couple of different sitting areas. You got a gazebo. Really, really great use of outdoor space here. Multiple levels as well. I don't think that you can beat the features and the location of this house. Now to find out if we can beat the price. So let's remind everybody, this is 320D Hart Street, just under a mile from Purdue University and from the West Lafayette Junior Senior High School. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,400 square feet, built in 1979. And the price is the most expensive of the evening, $597,900, so $598,000, almost $600,000. So there you go. That is 3 homes close to Purdue University, within walking distance to Purdue University. However it is that you might want to define walking distance. So I'm Jeff Gooch, your local Lafayette real estate resource of choice. And if you're looking for home here in the Lafayette area, if you love home in the Lafayette area, if you've enjoyed any of these homes that we looked at tonight, I would love to work with you. Please reach out to me. My contact information is right here below. Send me a text, give me a phone call, shoot me an email, scan the QR code, and the information will load directly into your device. And don't forget that next week we will be back here again with At Lafayette Live on Monday at 7 p.m. I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Enjoy the rest of your week.